Alongside Craig Button. Craig, the trade deadline 2 weeks today, and two of the three Canadian teams in the East are in a playoff spot. So let's talk needs. The Leafs are low on cap space and don't own their first round pick in the upcoming draft. It's going to take some creativity, but what should Brad Treliving be looking to do, Craig?
Third line center, Gino. I think it's really straightforward for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Trying to find somebody that can play those really critical minutes in that spot, take some of the pressure off of John Tavares, who's had a really strong season. And it seems that they've been trying to fit square pegs into round holes to try to find that. I think that the fit has to come from outside. And certainly, you know, Fraser Minten in time will be able to fill it. His time isn't now. But I look at two players, Ryan O'Reilly, who played for Craig Berube with the St. Louis Blues when they won the Stanley Cup, and Scott Laughton is two players that I think could be really strong fits in that third line center hole.
Toronto's provincial rivals also in a playoff spot. They're also the only Canadian team with less cap space than the Leafs. Assuming they can make it work, what should the Sens be targeting before the deadline?
I think it's all about depth. I think their forward group, their offense is really good. When everybody's healthy, they have more than enough offense. The blue line, the top two pairs, really good. Goaltending, no worries. So it's about strengthening your team on the edges and on the margins. So try to get some depth. Try to add some bulk, some size on the blue line in your bottom pair, 6th, 7th defenseman. And then in the forward group, some weight, some speed perhaps, into your bottom part of your lineup. I think that's where the Senators can really explore opportunity and fill those spots to just give yourself a little bit more strength. I don't think they got to go find any high-end players or try to look at a critical area of their team and say, we got to address this. I think those areas are firmly captured with their play and with the players they have currently in those spots.
All right, the Canadiens made a playoff push. Now they've fallen back. Now they're 6 points out, tied for second last in the conference. Who could we see them offering up as trade bait, Craig?
Yeah, well, I think you nailed it, Gino. Offering up. It's sell, 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 sell. I mean, all you got to do is look at their UFAs. I mean, it starts up front with Jake Evans. It's the Yoel Armia, Christian Dvorak, and then on the back end with David Savard. All expiring contracts, all players that have, you know, performed to great levels of success this year for the Montreal Canadiens. And added to other teams that are trying to strengthen and bolster their lineup, I think all four of those players in different areas could bolster a team's opportunity to go into the playoffs with a little bit more weight, a little bit more strength as you try to compete for a Stanley Cup.
Deadline day, Friday, March the 7th. TSN's coverage at Trade Center begins bright and early, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific time.